Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful early morning view of the mountains. This is where I camped last night. Just a gorgeous place. It's 6:40. I've been up since 6, just waiting for it to get a little bit lighter. And we have some car problems. So yesterday afternoon, as I was driving, I had cruise control on, everything was going fine, and then I felt a sudden loss of power. And then from then on, until I restarted the car seemed to have, again, just a loss of power. Like I could put the pedal down almost all the way and not get any gas out of it. And then the last little bit of pedal movement would get a little bit of go out of the car. But then I would turn the car off, turn it back on, and it was normal again for another hour or two, and then I would feel that sudden loss of power again. And so that's a problem. We are near Durango, Colorado, probably a good 8 or 9 hours from home. It's a Friday, and so I think I am going to take the car into a mechanic today in Durango. But first I figured, as long as we're up here, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna go for a hike up here and explore some of this beautiful high ridgeline. Not this ridgeline behind me, but over in this direction, less than a mile over in this direction, the road tops out on a ridge, and that's a trailhead. Part of the Colorado Trail goes through that spot. That's a trailhead for the Colorado Trail, which is a super long, I don't know how long it is, 600-900 miles, a very long foot trail that goes through the mountains of Colorado. And so we're gonna drive up there and, go for a short hike, maybe go see a lake, go climb a mountain. That's gonna be the first part of this video. And then we're gonna get out of here, drive into town, see if we can get this diagnosed. I just wanna see if it's a major problem. It feels kind of like a big deal. I don't know. I just need to know if it's safe to drive, or if we need to just shut it down and get a motel in Durango for several nights while we get this thing fixed. Oh, and the check engine light and a couple other lights are on the dashboard. So we're gonna get all that taken care of. But first, let's go check out this mine that's over here. It's not much, but you can see that it's gated off. And if you look inside, it looks just like a culvert, basically just like a corrugated tube. So not all that exciting. But let's also go check out this thing over here. I don't know what this is. Let's go get a closer look. I have no idea what these are. Giant boilers, maybe, for something to do with the mine. And this is some serious stuff, some heavy metal. That is rock solid. And then over here we have this. Again, don't know what this is. I don't know what this place is called either. I didn't really plan on coming here. Basically, I looked on the map for accessible national forest land near Durango, and so that led me to the valley that's down over this way. I drove through the valley and there just was not good camping. There were little tiny pullouts right along the road that I could have camped at, but that's no fun. And there were also a couple of campgrounds and interspersed with private lands, and so there were some houses down in there too. Just didn't really want to camp down there, so I just kept going up and up and up until I was really up. But for now, I think we're gonna get ready to go for the hike. Let's get back to the car. And actually we can see where I'm gonna start hiking, sort of. Right there is the trailhead on that ridge. So that is where we were headed. We're gonna park there and then hike along the trail. I think it goes sort of just below the ridge top over this way, follows the ridge crest, and then we're gonna go to a lake. I think the lake is over on this bench right here. And then maybe climb one of these mountains. I'm not sure. We're gonna play it by ear. I actually haven't even started the car yet. I don't know if it'll still start. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, no problems. Let's see how long it takes to get from here to the trailhead. Should be just a few minutes. I did some research yesterday afternoon while I still had some cell service about these lights and what they could mean. There's a Land Cruiser forum called I Hate Mud, and it's like the place to go to for Land Cruiser stuff. And I saw other people post about this issue. Some people said it was an ABS issue or an ABS sensor issue. Some people said that that water got in through a faulty seal in the sunroof and dripped down this column right here into the fuse box, which is down there, and caused some kind of random electrical issues. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's driving just fine. It feels like it has full power, so far so good. As long as we can get out of here and get to the mechanic, we'll be okay. To get to this area, like to the campsite and then also to the trailhead, you really do want high clearance. I don't know if four-wheel drive is strictly necessary, but you definitely need some clearance. There's some big rocks and some pretty steep, rocky sections. The Land Cruiser is always in four-wheel drive, so again, I don't really know if that's necessary, but certainly couldn't hurt. Okie doke. Here we are at the trailhead. No cars here. There was one car here when I drove past last night. I think they were just like taking pictures. Okay, wow, beautiful view. Let's get to hiking. We have a few different trails to choose from. This one goes off to the right side of this ridge. This one goes off to the left side. I think this is the one we're gonna take. I think another one goes off somewhere over here or over here. Lots of options. And check out the views over in this direction. These are the San Juans, the highest mountains in this part of Colorado. Just epic peaks over there. Nice. The mountain range that we're in now, though, is called the La Plata Mountains. Colorado is famous for its many 14,000-foot peaks. There aren't any 14ers in this mountain range, but there are 13ers. The highest is called Hesperus Mountain, and it's 13,200 and something feet. And here's a little marker showing that we are indeed on the Colorado Trail. And we're a little bit past peak wildflower season, but you can still see a bunch of semi-wilted flowers up here. Still very pretty. And these light bluish purplish ones are, I think, columbines, which is the state flower of Colorado. I've been on the trail for 22 minutes and I've seen 8 other hikers. It's a popular trail, the Colorado Trail. It sees quite a bit of traffic. We've reached a fork in the trail. One branch goes to the lake right here and then off to the left. One branch continues to be the Colorado Trail, goes this way and then up. Can you see this slash across the mountain? That is the trail that I'll be following. And that'll take us to, I don't know, over here somewhere. And from there, we're gonna go to the top of, where are we? This mountain. I don't think there's a trail to the mountain, but we can just, leave the main trail, go cross country over to the peak. But first, let's go to get a closer look at the lake over here. This is called Taylor Lake, and the air is just humming, buzzing with these little gnats or whatever they are. They're not mosquitoes, thankfully, and I don't think they bite, but I have to be careful that I don't breathe them in while I'm hiking or talking. Beautiful little lake, incredibly placid. I mean, look at that reflection. That is a mirror finish on that water. It's turning into a beautiful morning, beautiful blue skies, and no one around in this immediate area. I mean, look at this. This is water. It looks so real. It just looks like part of the earth. Crazy. Okay, let's continue on through the swarms here and go up that diagonal trail and see how it goes. This is kind of interesting. I've never seen anything like this on a trail. There's this sort of a wispy fabric or material on the trail. I assume it has something to do with helping control erosion or water flow. What is this? It's almost like a felt. Huh. Let me know if you guys know what this is and what the function is. I've now been hiking for a little over an hour. I finished the top of that diagonal trail section. That trail then turned a corner and I'm sort of on top of a ridge. I'm leaving the trail and taking off my sunglasses because they're steaming up. It's warm and there's no wind, and so it's a little bit muggy right now. But from the trail right there, the top of this mountain is like 100 feet away. So it kind of feels like cheating, but at least I did some hiking to get here. And we will have made it to the top of the mountain in 3, 2, 1, bam. Check out this view, guys. Where do we begin? I guess over here, this is the San Juan range. These are the San Juan mountains over there. We have the Colorado Trail continuing on up and over this mountain. We have the La Salle Mountains. I think that's what this range is over here, which are in Utah, over in the far distance. And then we have some more peaks. These are the highest peaks of the La Plata Mountains over here. I'll give you a quick pan of this just gorgeous area. The highest one, Hesperus Mountain, I think is this little one peeking up behind the mountain in front of it. And then this one is also really neat. This one's called the Shark's Tooth for obvious reasons. And there's a trail that goes over that low rounded pass just left of the Shark's Tooth. So maybe we'll have to come back and climb that one someday. Beautiful country. Let's see if I can show you where we parked. Well, I can do more than that. I can show you where we camped last night. That is, I have an ant on my hand. Okay, we camped right there in that basin. Twice I delayed flying the drone up here, so I got it out of the bag and I launched it, and then a hiker came right by. And like, drones are annoying. I realize that. I don't really want to fly them around other people, especially people who are out hiking and wanting to enjoy nature, so I landed it again quickly. I waited a handful of minutes and then I launched it again, and then a group of 3 hikers came walking by the trail. I felt bad, but I landed it again and waited, and you know, we work with what we have here. There are a lot of people on this trail. And this mountain is called Efendi Mountain, E-F-E-N-D-I. And let's see, the elevation, got another ant on me. The elevation here is 12,257. And yeah, I mean, really easy peak to bag. As long as you're hiking the trail, you might as well make the literally 1 minute side detour to get up here. Maybe not the most impressive. I'm tired, guys. Maybe not the most impressive mountain in the range. I do want to come back and get those higher peaks at some point in the future. So yesterday, as I was driving as I was driving to Durango, I saw these mountains and I was impressed. Like, they looked really, really cool from the highway. So I looked them up, and I thought they were part of the San Juans, but this is the La Plata range. These are the La Plata mountains. And so I looked them up, and I found a book on Amazon that covers hiking in this mountain range. It only had a couple of reviews, but I ordered one. I want to have that in the collection so I can learn more about this place. But the book is going to take like 2 months to get home. Maybe maybe they're all sold out for the summer, and I just arrived at the Amazon page a little bit too late. I don't know, but maybe next year we'll come back and explore this mountain range a little bit more. And I like this because this isn't a wilderness area. Like, those high peaks are not in a wilderness area, so I can fly the drone up there, potentially. There is a wilderness area on this side of this mountain. The boundary comes through this summit ridge right here, and so this is called like the Hermosa Creek Wilderness, I think. Okay, guys, it is, what time is it? It's 8:40. How long did it take me to get up here? It took 1 hour and 10 minutes. The distance was 2.05 miles with 680 feet of elevation gain. Again, not too bad. From here, I'm gonna retrace my steps, get back to the car, and then we're gonna, let's see, do I want to do some investigating? I have an OBD2 reader that I can plug into the car, and it'll tell me what the codes are, what the check engine light codes are, but there's something happening, and so I might as well just take it to a mechanic in Durango. So we'll see what I decide to do. But I am pleasantly surprised by this area. Again, before yesterday, I didn't know this mountain range existed. What a beautiful place. Okay, I'll see you guys around somewhere. It's several hours later, guys. It's 3:20 right now. It's been a weird day. A lot has happened, but the important stuff is probably the car stuff. That's what I want to talk about first. I'm at a campsite right now, so the car is still drivable as far as the end of this day goes. So after I got back to the trailhead, I started the car up, and the lights were still on, and then I started driving, and the lights went off. The check engine light and the other two lights. Again, I don't remember what those lights are. I'll put a picture of the lights on the screen here. And so I thought, oh, great, this is awesome. I don't need to go to the mechanic. The problem is solved. And, let's just go find some other stuff to do. And so I drove into Durango. I ran some errands. I got some food, got some supplies. And then as I was leaving town, as I was going back up into the mountains, I experienced that loss of power again, and the lights came back on. And by that time it was like, let's see, what time is it now? By that time it was like 2 o'clock. And so I thought, I don't really want to go back to Durango. And even if I did, they probably can't fix whatever it is today. And today's Friday, and so they're not going to be in the shop tomorrow or Sunday. And so I'm just going to put it off for a few days and see how these next couple of days go. Tomorrow is a fishing day. I'm just going to go fishing in this area. Not going to do a ton of driving. And then also the next day, I'm not going to be doing a ton of driving. So we'll see. Once we get to Monday, we'll see how things go. But as it stands now, the lights are on, and I don't really know what to do other than take it to a mechanic, which I should have maybe done this morning, but I really wanted to do that hike. And so anyway, it is what it is. And it is raining right now. I don't know if you can really tell in the camera, but it's raining. It's been raining for a good half an hour. And so once this goes away, once the rain stops, I'll show you the campsite. It's a beautiful little spot, but there is a lot of traffic, a fair amount of traffic on this road. There are hundreds of people camped in this area. There is a little creek here right next to camp, right behind my campsite. I'll show you the whole camp in a minute. I don't know if you can even see me in the camera. I'm walking down to the creek. I wanted to do a few casts into the creek here. I have no idea if there are fish in this creek or in this section of the creek. Can you see me better now? But I did see some signs on the way in saying something about cutthroat trout. So anyway, I had an interesting talk with a couple of women who were hiking the Colorado Trail, doing the whole thing. And I don't remember how long the Colorado Trail is in miles. I want to say it's like 600 or something like that. And these women were 30-something days into their hike, and they had 1 day left. They were finishing in Durango. I was interested in hearing what they thought the most beautiful part or their favorite part of the trail was. Because, you know, you hike 600 miles or whatever it is through Colorado, you're going to be in some pretty awesome scenery the entire time. What is the best out of all of that? Ooh, there's a fish. I just saw one. Focus. They said that sections 23 and 24 of the Colorado Trail were the best, and they said that that went through the San Juan Mountains. I'll have to look at a map of the Colorado Trail, and I'll try to find some more information about that section that they said was the prettiest. They said they've been all over the world, but that was some of the best scenery they've ever seen. Sections 23 and 24. So I'll put those coordinates, like the start and stop of each section, in the video description if you want to check that out. Well, no luck out of that first little pool, but there are two pretty good looking little fishy looking spots on this creek right next to the camp. I'm sure there are others, but these are like right behind my campsite. Fish on. Got him. Wow. That is a beautiful fish. This is a native fish. This is a cutthroat trout. I'm gonna get my phone out. I don't wanna bring the fish out of the water long enough to bring to the main camera there. So I'm gonna just record a quick clip on my phone. That is a beautiful fish, beautiful wild animal. See ya, buddy. Well, that was awesome. I was hoping we would get a fish out of here. I wasn't really expecting it, but we did it. All right, let me show you the campsite. So we're in a little canyon. This is the main road through the canyon. It's a decent enough dirt road. Probably want at least an SUV or something to get here, something with medium clearance. Here's the campsite. And then here's the Land Cruiser. Got a nice little fire ring that I won't be using. And here's a closer look at the creek from right behind the car. Again, really, really pretty little spot. I was considering spending 2 nights here, but I think we're gonna do just the one. Like, I was gonna set up my little shower tent and put my chair out so that after I come back from fishing tomorrow, I can just come back to the same campsite here. But there are just too many people here, and you know, it's kind of fun for me to go out and explore unfamiliar to me areas and try to find new campsites, and that's how I found this spot. This has got to be on freecampsites.net or one of those websites or apps, because there are a lot of people here, a lot of people camped in this area. But I can't see any from this particular campsite. That's why I chose this spot. There are people on either side of me, but they're far enough away, and they're kind of around the bend enough that I can't see or hear anyone else. And in case you're wondering what on earth I was fishing with, this is called a tenkara rod. Tenkara is a Japanese form of fly fishing that I've been pretty heavily into for the last 6 or so years. I have a fishing channel dedicated to this type of fishing called Tenkara Addict. You can go check that out if you want. I've caught a couple thousand fish over on that channel probably. But the neat thing about Tenkara rods is that there's no reel. It's a very simple, very easy form of fishing. Here we have a, one of the, the local resident campers going by. But yeah, really fun way to fish. And these make for great travel rods because when they're collapsed, I mean, I have like 6 or 7 rods in here. They're very reasonable, very packable. You can take these backpacking. You can take these in your car very easily. It's a fun way to fish. And as we saw right here, very effective also. It started to rain again, but I was just putting away the fishing gear and I thought I might show you what else I have in the cargo box up top in case you're curious. I have 2 of these zippered IKEA bags. This one has fishing gear in it. This one has some pack rafting gear in it. You'll see the pack raft, hopefully, if I can continue on this trip and the car doesn't die. You'll see me hopefully use the pack raft in a few days here. And then I have a 2-gallon gas can. It's empty right now, but I have straps and everything to strap it on top of the car if I need to. And then I have some recovery boards. These are not Max Tracks, but they're $60 Amazon knockoffs, and they work well. And then finally, I have this thing, which is a pop-up shower tent. And that's it. Oh, and then I have a solar panel on top, a 100-watt solar panel on top. I think that'll wrap it up for this video, guys. I'm gonna hop back into the car and wait out this next round of rain. I know this is kind of a weird video. There wasn't really a plan. I was just kind of winging it, but I hope you still enjoyed it. Hope you still had fun. I know I did. But let me know what you think. Let me know what your favorite part was. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay tuned, and I'll let you know eventually at some point what's wrong with the Land Cruiser if I do ever figure it out. And I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.